Hi everyone, welcome to my review of Rush Hour, directed by Ratner from 1998. So yes, we are back once again, this time around, ready to discuss the Rush Hour films on the channel, and this is the first film, of course, the original to discuss today, and saw it again last week, and seen it once before in 2021, September, so yeah, really look forward to discussing this film today, and wanted to just, share my thoughts with this film, and we'll be going through the second and third film eventually. That will probably be after Christmas time that I'll be resuming them, but yeah, for now, let's discuss the original. And there will be a spoiler warning for this discussion if you haven't seen this film. I simply recommend seeing it first and then come back to this video, and we can go from there. We can talk about this from the comments and share our opinions on this film. So yes, with all that said, let's discuss my thoughts on this film. And this is a film that I did see, as I say, 2021, and I've been hearing about this for many, many years. In fact, in primary school, there was quite a few people talking about this film. Just never got round to it, and I was definitely a Jackie Chan fan, from a young age. But yeah, again, didn't see this film, and it took until 2021 to finally check this one out, and then I eventually saw 2 and 3 as well, and I do enjoy all these films, but this is a special one, and it's just a bit of a classic film here, and I think just seeing Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker kind of teaming up in this one, just the action, the stunts, just the kind of the genres that it's blending this one, and kind of buddy cop feel it has. I think it's just one that I instantly fell in love with, really, and I just had a great time watching this, and seeing it again, yeah, it really is the one that I love personally, and I think there are some parts of the film that kind of let the film down, like the final act, some of the final set piece, but overall it's just from start to finish, just such a hilarious film. It's full of great action, kind of an energy about it, and just having Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, kind of teaming up, I think that is the kind of greatest part of this film, and I think the chemistry, just the kind of dynamics between them, and the way in which we have a lot of dramatic irony throughout the film, and just just different moments with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker is kind of a bit less clued up in that sense, and they're both obviously cops, detective, chief inspector, and they team up, as we know, to kind of save a Chinese diplomat's 11-year-old daughter, who's kidnapped, Sue Young, and she is kidnapped and held for ransom, and basically the two of them are tasked with teaming up and trying to kind of get along in that sense, and save the daughter, and capture the criminals in the film, so kind of break this whole kind of operation, if you will. So yeah, that's the kind of main plot, as we know, and throughout the film, it's just, scenario after scenario, scene after scene, really, of just great comedy. And I love the physical comedy to this. Obviously, it's an action comedy, and just not even just when we have full-on action scenes, but just the kind of, the slapstick in the film, elsewhere, I just love. And, I think Jackie Chan in this film is legendary, and Chris Tucker is legendary as well. And when you get the two of them together, and, they kind of, at first, they don't really meet, so we have the kind of introductions to them separately, and it's a cool way to introduce them. It wasn't. I think once they kind of meet, though, that's when the film really becomes great, and I think until the final act, really, where, as I say, there's a few problems I have, issues I have with the final act, and generally the plot. At first, once it kind of takes a bit to kind of fully know who's behind who, but then after that it's fine, and then the final act again kind of confuses me a little bit. It's a bit convoluted, and the final set piece is just something a little bit missing from that, even though it's some really cool stunts and all this kind of stuff, and the stakes are high. It's just a little bit something missing there, but overall it really is mostly just so hilarious, and I think this chemistry really for me is it's probably the greatest part of this film. This is definitely a film I can just put on for a comfort watch, and it's definitely one that I'll be watching many times in the future. It's got this kind of charm to it, this warm kind of charm where we see these characters first meeting, teaming up, and just kind of at first they can't kind of get along, but they put all their kind of quarrels aside, and they do become kind of best buddies in that sense by the end of the film. And obviously we have 2 sequels to this, 2 and 3, and as I say, I do enjoy those ones. But seeing the initial kind of team up, this is the kind of magic moment, and I think just putting Jackie Chan with Chris Tucker was perfect. It really was. And obviously, it did launch Jackie Chan, even though he was a star before this, internationally, as a star, and it became more internationally famous, even more so with this film, really. And just from there, he was in quite a few films, kind of more worldwide successes. This is really cool, and I think just the way in which Jackie Chan as well does his own stunts, in this film, certain Stunts really are, absolutely stunning, and I think just seeing the kind of the way in which these two interact is just priceless, and I think just the way in which we have the kind of marriage of plots as well as action and just comedy, I thought was really natural for the most part. Just seeing how Jackie Chan, Lee kind of has this personal history with Soo Young, and he has this kind of it's more of a personal story for him, to kind of get back, this daughter, and we see the interactions at first, funny stuff with him and the daughter, and so it's a bit more personal for him, and it's just I think that was a really good element to the film, and kind of rooting for this even more so than you would have done, and I just think the way in which we have quite a big ensemble as well to this, it doesn't take away from the kind of two main characters and their kind of a buddy cop kind of team up, and kind of their adventures together, and because we've got a lot of characters at the station before, with Chris Tucker of course, and those characters, and they do, some of them recur throughout the film, but it doesn't take away from the kind of the structure and the focus on those two characters, and I think we've got a lot of great cast members here. You've got Tom Wilkinson, you've got Ken Leung, and we've got as well Zima, and he's the Chinese diplomat of course, and I really like the interactions between him and Jackie Chan in the film, and Chris Penn and Philip Baker Hall in this film as well, a bit more kind of minor characters, but they're still really memorable in the film. Philip Baker Hall, his scene with it comes on the phone to Chris Tucker. That was absolutely hilarious, and just as I say, a lot of cast members here, big stars as well, and I think it doesn't take away from this whole experience. The personal feel this one has, and it's not muddled or messy. I think the plot at times, just here and there, particularly in the final act, it kind of was a little bit convoluted. It became, it did kind of take away from the constant, full investment in the film. For example, there was a moment in the final act where Ken Leung, sang kind of winks, Jackie Chan's character of Lee, and obviously they were, they knew each other before all this kind of the events of this film, but it was a really weird in that sense. So kind of moment when he does wink, and I thought, oh, did I remember this wrong? Was he kind of actually kind of an agent, undercover and all this kind of stuff? Or is there something going on elsewhere? But it doesn't lead to anything. He just does get killed, and it was just a weird moment. We kind of see a close up really of the wink, and confusion there. So just moments like this, and at first as well, kind of knowing who's kind of who, kind of the allies and of who, and it was it's just a slight, bit convoluted there, but really most of the film, is easy to follow, and a great marriage, as I say, of plot and action and comedy, and just I think some classic moments, of kind of dialogue here, and the way they kind of make War, the song, kind of this iconic piece, and tied to the film, of course, and the recurring use of that, the end as well. The ending of the film is just brilliant, and I love how it does set up sequels, and they did obviously happen, and I do look forward to discussing those films. But this one here, it's just it's kind of it's got these classic moments, magical moments, and I think the action is so well done, the choreography to this, and the editing, it's just a really good flow to the film for the most part, and I think just the script and these characters, it's just, these are something else, these characters, and I think Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, both of them, are so great in the roles, and I think together, as I say, that chemistry just works so well. It really is great, and I think just priceless seeing them first meet, and the way it kind of progresses throughout the film, and it's just laugh out loud moments with Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan as well, and I think Chris Tucker is just so funny in this film, on his own, a bit more bumbling of a character. Jackie Chan is a bit more of someone who's a bit more aware of things, you could say, and it's really cool though, because both of them are kind of unaware of different things, and they're kind of teaching each other, you could say, kind of different things that they know, and it's just so great in the way it's done, and just absolutely love the dynamic between them, and overall I do love this film. I think the use of music as well, the direction, the cinematography, the editing, just a lot of aspects of this film are just top notch. Some of the storytelling, as I say, at times is a bit, a slight bit, convoluted, and it does take away a little bit, and the actual plot itself, other than the kind of, easy to follow and investing kind of kidnapping that we have set up, there's some things I'm not, 100% behind, in a sense, and fully invested, but the entire film is just a blast, and I think it's just so funny, and I think just the final act has, I have a few issues with that. It kind of lets the film down a bit, but not too much, and I do love this film overall, and I think it's just such a great time, and it's a real comfort return. This film, and I think just the film, yeah, it's just so warm and kind of charming to watch, and it just kind of uplifts me, watching this film. And once again, it was great to see this, and I just think Jackie Chan, legendary, Chris Tucker, legendary, and loads of different cast members in this that are so funny, and just cool to see. And I think the villains, for the most part, it's definitely some really good villains, and I think just the way in which the narrative progresses, is really, for the most part, investing as well. And so I do love this film, and I think just the energy to this, and just the charm and the comedy, and comedy and the action combined, it just makes this such a kind of fun film. It really is just fun from start to finish, and I think just the kind of scenarios that are created with the action, it's so well done. Jackie Chan, the physicality of him in this film, it's just so great, and just seeing him and Chris Tucker, as I say, the chemistry, the way they meet in this film, and just the kind of back and forth banter between them, and it's just so funny. And the plot, is one of the elements that kind of lets the film down a bit, and some of the final act, even though you've got some moments when some really cool action and investing moments, and quite big scale moments, it just kind of loses something in that, and maybe with the personal touch, I was just slightly lost there, but then it picks up again for the final scene, the plane, and the way it kind of culminates, closes the case in this film, and kind of wraps everything up, but then it kind of sets up future films so well as well. So yeah, I really just do love this film. It's definitely borderline great. It's just almost there, but really it doesn't matter. I do love this film all the same, and I think it's a really good film, quite classic at times, and this pairing, these characters are legendary to me, and set up this franchise, and the original classic is the one that I just think is so magical, so charming, and so well put together, and just thoroughly investing throughout. So yeah, overall my rating for this film is an 89%, so a very high score from me, and I absolutely love this film, and I think just as a buddy cop film, it's one of the best to me personally, and it's got some great ones there, and I think this is definitely one of the best, and I think just the chemistry, as I say, it's just perfect casting here, and it sets up this franchise, and also did this film was the first one that kind of launched Jackie Chan internationally, to stardom, and obviously it was massive before elsewhere, but he did get more recognition over the world, and I think that's great, and because he is a legend to me, and I think just the way he does his own stunts, he's a director, producer, writer, choreographer, and actor as well, and we all kind of know Jackie Chan as an actor, but he does so much in the industry, and it's just an absolute legend, and this is the one that did, as I say, launch him in that sense internationally, and just Chris Tucker as well in this film. It's just legendary, and I think it's just so funny. It's just laugh out loud moments with him, and just the kind of, because he's the one that's kind of a bit less aware of things, and he just does things without really realising what he's doing, and how silly he's being, and clumsy, and unaware of everything that's going on really at times, and just the kind of dynamic between him and Jackie Chan, it's just priceless. It really is so well edited at times. The action to this is some really great action, kind of martial arts. Yeah, just such a fun film, and one that is so warm and charming, and I just love this dynamic, and the kind of way in which these characters meet and become friends in the end. So yeah, it's just a real cool dynamic, the complex at first kind of meeting, and then they become kind of best buddies in that sense. And yeah, just among the defining buddy cop films for me personally. So yeah, that's my thoughts. What do you think? It'd be great to hear in the comments, your thoughts, your experiences with this film, of course, and yeah, let's discuss this film to kind of celebrate cinema, and to hear your thoughts on this film. Obviously, the other films of the trilogy, as I say, will be kind of not in December, or November, of course. It'll be January that I continue with them, and talk about those films on the channel. Got loads of stuff planned for the end of November, and into the Christmas month, and obviously Christmas month itself, December. I've got loads of kind of blockbusters and all this kind of stuff planned, and Christmas films, lists and stuff. So yeah, I'll be resuming the films in January, and I look forward to that. And obviously over time, it'd be cool to discuss as many Jackie Chan films as I can, as many really as I see, and yeah, I'll be checking out finally very soon. Drunken Master and Police Story as well. So look forward to all these films, and yeah, let's discuss this film in the comments today, and all things cinema. So yes, as always, take care, and thanks for watching.